Lunirs is actually going to Vice on this Demon Day's first match.
I mean, Vice is definitely been rising in popularity, I feel like, but I always thought it was going to be more of that Vice goalie, the direction things are headed. The Octavia goalie, it's a throwback to the Flash Strikers Cup, where we saw Kruha bust that out on this map. That's probably not going to be the case. It is going to be the Dubu instead, and that makes me a little sad inside.
Yeah, unfortunately not going to see the Octavia goalie here, but we are going to see a Juno on the opposite side. Vice. Really, from Divorced by 7, we've seen a lot of like non-main score. Like you don't have a Juliet to score, you don't have like a Rasmus to score. You're running like a Vice or a Juno as your main scorer, and it's a very interesting comp idea. As we're gonna get into this game, the Vice Mirror, of course, is really good onto Demon Deus, but with the Super Surge start, it'll be interesting to see how effective they can be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really worried right now how the Divorced by 7 is going to handle the kill pressure more so than anything else, I feel like, coming from the Vice Juliet. I mean, there is so much damage in Execute. Torrchi, one of the better Juliets in the region, definitely has the ability. And, well, Kruha also is that type of goalie that will look for kills and will look to play forward as well if given the opportunity. But the first goal is going to go to Divorced. It was a supernova by Esper, and already out of the gate swinging.
Yeah, it's already looking like the last game I saw Esper in absolutely hard carrying, able to get that goal really early in onto the first round. And they really just need to keep that up, because without something like a Juliet, without something like an X, it has to be Esper on these score attempts, on these goal gates attempts. But so far they're doing pretty well, grabbing a lot of gold berries early on and also pumping out the damage.
Yeah, it was a strong start for that side. We'll see if it's going to look to continue right now, as instead the early pressure is going to come from the Dubu Hunter side. Torrchi, nice use of the special, plays up top. The punch secures the goal. Two quick ones to equalize.
Yeah, clean play by Torrchi, showing the power of the Juliet as we mark over to the level 2, getting those ultimates online, and Torrchi making the full use of that flamethrower to be able to get that goal. But 1-1 is a very close start to this game, and hopefully sets us up to a very close BO3 as we get later into this.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously this is the nitty-gritty of the advanced upper semifinals, so we are at the stage where it is going to be BO3s instead of BO1, so it should be worth noting, yes, we're starting on Demon Days. After this, we'll be going to the night market and then Atlas's Labs, should we choose to go to that third map. Supernova's going to come down. Lunirs, no, that's the wrong way, my friend. Takes down their first barrier. Kruha steps forward saying, I'll be the better forward now. Locks down the top half of the map, but with the jump forward, SquishyPoro is going to look for the barrier on the other side. Esper into the globs, not going to find it. Torrchi had a chance, didn't like the angle, lets it roll back to the other side, where again, SquishyPoro using that super surge to just jump the entire length of the pitch, but gets right into a Torrchi KO power play, favoring this blue side. It could be a goal, but good defense from Krinkos keeps it out, at least for now.
The Dubu Hunters are looking for it. The Thunderstruck is not enough, but the power cord from Lunirs is able to find the goal at the end of the day. SquishyPoro was taken out, not alive for that 3v2, and Lunirs hits it in.
That was a sneaky touch right there, and all of a sudden, the Dubu Hunters, well, they're hunting right now for goals. It's kind of weird to hunt your own goal. That's why Lunirs hit into the barrier before. He was hunting the Dubu on their own side. I'm a little bit slow, okay? Still waking up. Makes sense to me now. Tofu Wall misses. First barrier shot goes down again. SquishyPoro diving in, but immediately gets bullied by Torrchi and Lunirs. That damage is just going to get worse and worse as this progresses. I worry late game for the Divorced by 7 men.
Yeah, it'll only get better with Awakenings, but they did get both goal gates here. So Divorced by 7 men is looking for something here, but Kira is just forced a core flip. Just was too low, can't find the save without core flipping there, but is still holding it down, keeping it forward. But really, Dubu Hunters need to get some goal gates here. Lukrinos forced to flip, great.
Nice.
Great punish by Lunirs. They don't get a goal gate, but they get a kill. It's a 2v3, get one goal gate, get two goal gates. This is looking good for the Dubu Hunters if they can secure this goal.
Squishy has core flip though, so should be able to survive. Has to burn it, and there's the kick punch to secure the goal. Set number 1 goes to the Dubu Hunters. Torrchi well timed on that attack.
Insane timing on that dash from Torrchi, finds the kill and the core with it, and now we go to the first Awakening draft. Heavy impact is very, very important
on stacks as well.
on the Vice. Stacks and Stacks, of course, is also good, but the heavy impact is needed to be denied. There's also the Deadeye or Missile Propulsion for these Vices as well. A little more damage, as it actually is a Big Fish take-up, traded for the Deadeye. Lunirs gets more damage. Torrchi gets more damage. The Stacks and Stacks does go to Kringos, and the Missile Propulsion goes to Dubu. There's just more damage on the side of Dubu Hunters, and they're going to hunt the enemy team with this.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, I guess you could pick up the reverb, I suppose, for SquishyPoro, even though they probably would have wanted something like the Prime Time for just more glob control, but you need something defensive with the amount of damage about to come out the Supernova. Yeah, that's how you deny it with the Tofu Wall and a KO. That was a very good draft, I feel like, for this team in blue, and it's going to play into the scaling I was hinting at earlier. They're just going to get scarier and scarier as this series progresses.
Yeah, they are losing their goal gates here, which is a little awkward. It has Esper does respawn, but Torrchi is just kind of sitting on the Atlas trying to get this goal gate here. He needs to actually hit staggered. He needs to find a little more, but again, Lunirs is just pumping out this damage in the midfield, providing a lot of pressure as Kruha is hit pretty low and Kara keeps on defending. We'll see if they can find the kill on the goal here, as Esper wants for the goal, and he actually finds it. What a play by Esper.
The cleanest. It wasn't. I think the angle Esper was initially looking for, the top corner was open first, but with use of the Supernova, they were able to flip it back down to the bot side, and it doesn't matter if it's clean. It only matters if it goes in. So it's going to be a 1-0 lead once again for Divorced by 7 Men, but this is how they started the last set, as a quick KO. The damage doing so much work, the Supernova nearly gets a second.
Yeah, they just keep on finding these KOs as they're finding even more damage on this Atlas. I mean, it's a 2v3. It goes back to a 3v3, but it might be a 2v3 again, as Torrchi is just looking for this kill, and we'll find it with the Flame Flurry. Well played. The Dubu Hunters are really hunting their opponents here.
Yeah, it's what you would expect from this team comp. I mean, don't get me wrong, Esper has been a sniper with some of these power courts, and that's been leading to the early takes, but with the power play, just too much attacking pressure, too much damage, already equalized in our second set.
Yeah, Dubu Hunters taking the equalization goal finally here, and also, most importantly, they are getting the kills on the Atlas, resetting their stacks on stacks, and that will make a difference as the set goes longer. Not having an awakening at all, being stuck on 0 stacks, as it gets a little awkward in the top corner here. Lunirs gets the second goal gate. As the gore flip, they might just store it here. A very fast goal for the Dubu Hunters, and Lunirs finds it with the strike.
14 seconds, all they need. It was a game of chicken on the core flip, and Lunirs wins out. Looking very similar to our last set right now. And again, core flip on Kruha. You know the damage that's going to come out from this blue side. The name of the game, realistically, from Divorced by 7 Men, they've got to find a way to avoid the damage. And throwing it onto Torrchi could be a good start. As you see, once again, SquishyPoro diving in. Supernova gets the second evasive. That's going to open up the goal. How many resources does this blue side want to spend? Well, we are going to get Kruha's core flip, but no follow-up.
Yeah, a lot of pressure is coming out by Divorced by 7 Men. They're finding the angles, and SquishyPoro, the Juno dash strike, patented, gets the goal, brings us 2-2 in the second set.
Yeah, and this is a must-score situation. I was a little bit surprised when Kruha popped that core flip before, down so much. Maybe it could have been better to save for this point right now, because SquishyPoro is going to be the first real attacking threat to come from Divorced by 7 Men here. The wall keeps things low, but that's going to be an awkward Supernova. Down goes the first barrier. Again, Esper is staggered, but the core flip is there. It breaks open the goal. A chance for Divorced by 7 Men on the power play. Squishy jumps forward. Didn't have the angle, and now Kringos is in a 2v2 as Lunirs on the other side trying to hit with the power chords what they can. Here comes SquishyPoro, dribble down, and in second set goes to Divorced by 7 Men.
The power of the Juno jump is a little great here. With the Super Surge, able to have such a large area of impact with the strike and the dash. As we go into the Awakening draft, tempo swing is very good for the Juliet, so is 1-2 punch, but Juno is the first pick. We'll have to see what they take here, as there's a lot of good awakenings. We'll just deny the tempo swing, but Juliet still gets 1-2 punch, and there's still something like a specialized training for the Vice.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good options. I'm also seeing aerials as well, which I think might drop to the second Vice here, unless they opt to go for something crazy spark-wise. Really waiting to the last moment right there, and they are going to go for the Spark of Resilience. Again, not too surprised considering the amount of damage coming through, but yeah, you have to take away Tempo Swing. Like, Tempo Swing is just so strong. at the moment. Like, it is a must takeaway, but again, the kill pressure from Torrchi, it's going to be there every time you see a striker near the edge. If Torrchi is in the area, expect that kid sponge KO.
Holy, the specialized thing makes an impact, gets a bunch of damage, gets a kill.
Oh, it's in.
Lunirs just strikes it in.
Yeah, sorry, I was so distracted by the potential of the 1-2 punch. Yeah, you forget about the specialized trading in the supernova. Dubu Hunters, they've gone away with such a scary team. I'm still waiting for the stagger swagger. When is that going to come through? Because either Esper or Squishy, I feel like, are going to need this going into the 4th set at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, the second swagger won't save you from a one-shot here, but Kruha actually overextends a little bit here. We'll lose both go gates for it. But the side of Dubu Hunters has shown just the amount of power this kill comp has, able to find these kills with or without stagger, through an Atlas as well as they get a good goal. But Squishy, the Juno is making a difference here, just dash striking it to victory.
I mean, and the thing that was crazy about that was Squishy just survived a kick punch on the precipice of getting KO'd, and that's why the KO comp needs to be successful, because when we're looking at the mobility game, they're going to lose out. Squishy has already shown that they can have that map control, that map pressure between the increased blobs, between the ability to dive forward. Kruha really hasn't been in the best position against that so far in this series, so really need to actually execute on those KOs. It's both teams really required to play to their team composition's win cons in order to win this one out. So far, obviously, it's been pretty even, but as long as it's 3v3, I do kind of like the red side in a longer series, or a longer set, I should say.
Yeah, Divorced by 7 men. I mean, they have the tempo, like, the tempo swing wasn't denied by Squishy, but it also still does a bunch of damage on the Juno. And it will help as they do find the second goal gate. But really, Dubu Hunters need to just find a kill here. The Supernova is not clean enough, but they will get a goal gate for it. Now, Squishy just trying to do, again, these 1v1s is how they win. They win with a Juno strike dash. They win with Esper having a clean angle. But Kruha has been able to defend so far. They finally get it forward, but, this is looking dangerous for the Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, Squishy again, straight down the middle. Is going to force out that core flip. Torrchi is there. They'll dribble through the corner and in. Just played Krinkos like a fiddle. 2-1 lead. A chance for the second set now for the Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, and importantly, Krinkos has actually been able to get the stacks and stacks fully online up to all 100 pancakes. Now a little more speed. I mean, it's very important to get 100 stacks with how the stacks and stacks works. But we'll have to see how much he can affect the midfield as you do see him walking forward with that expanse just to provide even more pressure on the aggressive play from his teammates as Dubu Hunters are getting it out of their side of the net.
Yeah, they're trying to force it through that top side. There's the KO, but it's not the KO we would be expecting to see. Divorced by 7 men. They get the power play. They're applying the pressure. They want to go to a third point, yet a nice power chord is denied by the shield. SquishyPoro looking for the dunk, not going to get it. Krinkos has a core flip. Could he look to use it aggressively? The Supernova from Esper, KO and goal. We're going to a 0.5.
Wow, very close again. Esper finds the goal and a kill with that Supernova. Very well played, but we need to see a bit more power from the side of Dubu Hunters as Torrchi, he just gets one shot going for the core, has no elusive. This is looking dangerous. The tempo swing from the Juno is enough, and Krinkos actually is the one to take him out. Well played. It looks like the opposing team scaled with damage, but Kruha finds a kill with the Tofu Fortress.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy right now. We saw a couple KOs in a row coming from Divorced by 7 men. The kick punch isn't able to get through the evasiveness, but 2 elusives is enough to get the first barrier down. Esper in a bit of trouble. Will pick up the orb, but that, while they're doing that, left the rest of the team exposed. That means the second barrier is going to fall. A chance for the 2-1 set lead. Torrchi racing Esper. Esper wins out, keeps the core on the top half of the map. Punch can't get through. Pass down to SquishyPoro. Again, they get it in the corner. Dunk attempt. It's a bit of a miss. Loomis now looking forward. The punch goes to the top side. Here comes Kruha. Nope, leaves it for Lunirs instead, who again tries to pass it forward. Caught by Esper, not once but twice. Torrchi now not able to find that angle. Kick punch will be up at this stage. The cooldown is ready. If they can just get into that Juliet, it's a miss with the core flip though. Power chord throws it to Juliet, but they can't get the punch through. The kick is used defensively, and a core flip throws it back to the top side of the map.
Torrchi is trying their best to get it through. They need to find an angle here, but it's a must score for both teams. It's 0.5. It's really just going around the circle, and the Juno blob. The Juno blob of all things score it, and Divorced by 7 men take the set.
Nerf Juno blow, please. That was just a perfect corner angle to put it through. I thought they always hit it straight. Either way, I'm seeing fight or flight, but I'm also seeing that stagger swagger. The question is, how aggressive are Divorced by 7 men feeling? Which direction do you go? They're getting defensively. They're going the stagger swagger.
Yeah, actually taking the stagger swagger is also good for them, as well as denying it from the opposing side, not able to get it. But bulk up still goes to the Juliet, which, while giving a lot more power, also gives them more survivability, which is very important as they are the ones getting killed here.
I also want to highlight as well SquishyPoro grabbing that quick strike, because we've been seeing them going for those dunk plays, and now they'll be able to follow it up as well if we get into like a quick strike war after those launch-ins. SquishyPoro's dive potential is even more dangerous, and that's where I'd like to see a lot of the damage focus actually onto this Juno, because that has been the bigger threat, it feels like, for them so far. Case in point, situations like that where Squishy is just able to get the strike, jump forward, find a second strike, boom, that's the goal open.
Yeah, insane fight. And as well, Squishy actually has the tempo swing that he denied, but it's actually giving him a little bit of survivability here. Has a great combo from Dubu Hunters, gets the goal. They just had a checkmate position there, and Torrchi punches it in.
Yeah, Torrchi and Lunirs are each just kind of camping that upper corner of too much pressure for the Divorced side to handle. And we'll see how it continues with this one. Torrchi kind of getting beat up a little bit. Sneaks through his own team's Dubu wall. I wasn't really sure how they were able to fit through that either way. We'll see what happens on that lower end as well. The barrier was still standing at full strength. Kruha holding down the fort on the top half, but there's that quick strike jump forward. Squishy didn't quite get there in time for the second touch, however, so the barrier still stands strong.
Yeah, here Dubu Hunters really need to find something here. They need to find more than that. As you see Kruha finally get something. Torrchi with a dash punch puts it in a very dangerous position, but they need to find the goal.
Yeah, that tofu wall probably wasn't helping for the brief moment it was there. Still, Kruha so far forward, and there's no eject button on this Dubu. Doesn't matter. Core flip to core flip with a KO. Makes it a 2-0 fourth set lead.
Torrchi has been finding the important kills when it matters. The core flip to secure that. First getting the goal and also getting rid of the stacks and stacks on Green Ghost again. A very important kill with the goal on top of it. And now you see the damage coming out. It looks like their comp finally has found the angles to get the damage here as Dubu Hunters are starting to hunt.
Yeah, they are on the hunt for sure. I mean, Torrchi in particular already finding a KO on the top side. Goal open. I smell a fifth set on the horizon. Torrchi makes it so. And we're going to do one more round here at Demon Days.
Another set on Demon Days, but it feels like the Dubu Hunters have found their damage, have found their stride, and there's more damage possibility here, but still there's a Castellas, there's Castellas or Extra Special that can be taken by this Atlas to provide a little bit more survivability by Divorced by 7 men, but it's actually denied by Torrchi. Hotshot is taken, will provide a little more defensive power. Castellas on the Vice is actually really impactful if these Thunder Strikes actually hit. Peak performance on the Dubu, just a little more speed. Leaves this Juno with a pretty awkward pick. Takes the Chrono Boost. They already have the Super Surge. I think that might be too long of a dash, but I don't know. I don't play enough Juno to know if that's too long of a dash.
I think it's, well, you can control how far it goes. So it's just more range, but like you don't need to go the full distance. You're fine. You're fine. That
is true. It is one of the dashes that is controllable. We'll see if he's able to have the angles.
Well, I mean, the angles have been good so far. I'm still calling out Torrchi. I'm sorry, but I saw Prize Fighter there. You're a KO comp. I don't care if other things are more optimal. You double down to your team identity. Cowardice play, and I don't know if cowardice play should be rewarded here in the semifinals as we see the pressure coming from them right now. That's going to be the second barrier gone. Loomis was getting bullied a little bit, has to fall back, and Esper tries to take advantage of the space, but still the core fights behind him. A KO on to the goalie. You would think that would open up a chance for the score. Torrchi's going to dribble down to themselves, kick, punching in, goal 1 to the Hunters.
Yeah, Torrchi, while might not be taking that prize fighter, takes the kill with the flamethrower. A little reduced cooldown maybe have allowed him to get that kill a little sooner, as the extra special was a great deny, more importantly, but a great start out here. That's really what you need from the side of Divorced by 7 men, is to be able to combo to get these goal gets really early on and put the Dubu in a position where he can't walk forward, where he can't provide a lot of pressure in the midfield, but he still goes for it, and Torrchi finds the kill.
Yeah, wow, 6 KO streak would have been good there. I don't know, maybe one of them like championship belts or something. Either way, that is going to be the goal opening up on the other side. So I'm not letting it go, by the way. I'm going to be stuck on that point for the rest of the series unless Torrchi wins. Kruha has core flip, might have to use it here. Instead, takes it to the top side. That core had some speed. Torrchi not ready to catch it because they didn't have the speed, because they didn't have the belt. Shot instead comes from the top side. It goes in. Esper making it 1-all.
You know, I think if Torrchi had the belt there, it would have stopped the core flip. I'm pretty sure that's just how it works.
I've watched enough wrestling to know that that belt doubles as a second weapon, and you can smack your opponents around with it. Okay, like that's how I see it, and I see Torrchi omitting that. Although that kick punch looked pretty slick.
Yeah, who needs a prize fighter when you're killing already? As Torrchi, you're providing a bunch of pressure with that KO. The flamethrower is clean. A second KO like it's nothing. Who needs prize fighter when you can just kill him like it's nothing? And now the Dubu Hunters are finally looking to secure the goal with a great dash from Torrchi to finally hit it in.
Yeah, that's going to put them on match point here for our first affair in this best of 3. Again, we're going to the night market after this, and we'll see how that one will play out. But match point right now, Esper and Squishy, these forwards, they need to get a bit more of that early pressure. Core flip nearly sees the core go into the goal behind the barrier. I've never seen that one before. Fortunately, the game isn't coded that awfully, so it doesn't count as a point, but we're still going to see the pressure from this red side right now. They're keeping it down low. Kruha's going to let that first barrier drop. Can they keep things going on that top side? Not quite, as the second barrier doesn't quite fall yet.
Yeah, very important hold there for the side of Dubu Hunters. Now they have their ultimates. They're just pressuring as much as they can. Won't find a lot there, but it's really what they need. They need to just combo off Torrchi's or off Lunirs' R as well to find these KOs and find these goal gates. Torrchi finally has the flip to get something here. They do get the goal gate, but it's looking a little awkward here. Dubu Hunters are looking to secure the first game here.
Yeah, that they are, and I think they've got a good chance on it now because Kruha stepping forward. There's the tofu wall. Core jammed, but it makes its way up and around. Core flip opens the door the way back. Squishy goes for the dive, but misses. That could have been it. Instead, it's a core flip up to Torrchi. Wanted the corner, hit the barrier instead. Now Torrchi through the wall, got the kick, but got the kick. Lunirs. Well, actually, not tapping it. It was Torrchi. Doesn't matter. Game 1 goes to the Dubu Hunters.
Insane Thunder Strike from Lunirs, gets a kill, stops the core, and gets Dubu Hunters this first game, but we still have at least one more game, maybe 2 if we're lucky, between these 2 teams.
Yeah, I feel like that one was close enough to definitely say, you know, a trip to the Atlas Labs is still on the cards, but big takeaway from that one, the KO comp did KO things. 4 KOs for Divorced by 7 Men, 4 KOs by Lunirs. Sounds about even until you add the 13 from Torrchi on top of that, and 1 from Kruha for good measure as well. Yeah, it was an 18-4 KO differential, and I'd say that was the big difference in that game.
A little bit of a KO differential. Esper and Squishy did their best to provide as much core control and provide the goals when it mattered. Got some good amount of damage, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. But we'll have to see what the adaptations are for game 2. If they want to go for a comp similar, pull out maybe more killing, maybe even pull out a now.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I would like to see some now. I'm here for some now, right here, right now, as it said. But going to night market will be a strange one. And I mean, look, if we believe Twitch chat and if we believe Esper, Krinkos is saying Mouse is having some disconnect issues. And I mean, that's the same excuse I use, so I'm inclined to believe it. But unfortunately, those types of excuses don't change results. So if there is some tech issues happening for Krinkos, that could be a problem moving forward.
Yeah, you know, you always hate to see when the mouse issues happen. It's the one reason I'm not rank 1 right now. Everyone knows that. Yep. As we go on to night market, let's see what the bans are here. It's a little bit interesting map where you can have stuff like an Amy Goliath or some other picks like Jakar is also really good on this map. We'll have to see what the bans are. It looks like Amy will be the ban from Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, no, there's no way the AI is getting through on this one. I'm sorry, but Esper's not going to be allowed to play that. Also going to be seeing the rune taken away on the opposite side. Torrchi, though, happy to run the Juliet back with super strong game number 1. No reason to think that it won't be good the second game. Give them a bit more support with Lunirs on this era. Akai and goalkeeping. It's you know, I like this call.
Yeah, it's a very interesting comp. Era Juliet. Era is also really good on this map, getting that. As we do see the Era mirror, Era and Kai is mirrored, but Era is really good on this map. If you get a Monumentus on the Magical Maelstrom, it can really score goals by itself. We'll have to see if Lunirs and Esper is able to set up with these R's. But honestly, again, it's a double midfielder comp from the opposing side of a Divorced by 7 Men. And it really has to work out well. It's going to be hard to get through Kruha and Torrchi.
Oof.
He just finds the kill.
Exactly. It's going to be a similar game in terms of stylistically from that last one, where yes, SquishyPoro on the Juno is going to be a midfield comp, but they're going to be relying on the mobility of this Juno to really be putting down that pressure again. It's going to be the dive forwards, and SquishyPoro was fairly consistent on them last time. You have Esper again to kind of make those moments a bit more decisive with the extra movement speed as well as the support that an Era generally gives. And realistically, the name of the game is keep the core and keep yourself away from Torrchi. If you can play keep away from Torrchi, this game can go to Divorced by 7 Men's way. But that game of keep away can be difficult at times still. It's going to be a good pass for a goal, and we're tied. Actually, sorry, that's the first goal. My bad. That's 1-0. I thought for some reason Dubu Hunters already scored. I guess not.
Nah, they just got an insane kill, but Era Juno was able to get the core control there. That's really what matters, as you were saying. If this Era and this Juno can just walk by Torrchi, they can really get an advantage, but a kill comes through from my Giga Blossom Kira.
Yeah, and that's going to put the pressure on. Krinkos can only do so much at this early stage of the game defensively, especially with Kruha starting to step forward. Now, quick look at the Awakenings, by the way. Deadeye for the entirety of the Divorced by 7 Men. They're all rocking Deadeye. 2 Sparks of Strength, though, on Torrchi. And more interestingly, Lunirs rocking the Sparks of Strength as well. We'll see how that plays out as Torrchi gets the first goal for the Dubu Hunter side.
Yeah. Clean strike to bring this to 1-1, but the double spark coming out from the side of Dubu Hunters, allowing both of the forwards to go for the spark build. I'm surprised not one of the Divorced by 7 Men took spark. Usually when it is a spark start, you want to take at least one spark to deny an opposing spark build while still getting the value of your own sparks. It's a little bit interesting with sparks start, but we'll have to see how it pulls out as Lunirs just gets the second goal gate there.
I'm not too surprised, though, that they let that one ride just because of the style of gameplay that Divorced by 7 Men want to play as they get double down, but still get a barrier. The question is, can Esper make a save? The answer is no. But yeah, again, back to the previous point, the reason why I'm not too surprised they didn't go for the Spark of Strength in particular is because they're not playing that KO game. And that's just like a weak spark that would be holding their team's win con back for what they're looking to aim to do. So it's a bit unfortunate that they can't play to disrupt, but they're playing more towards their own strengths as opposed to looking to disrupt their opponents.
Yeah, I mean, I always enjoy a spark that's just +1 spark, but we'll have to see as this game continues. I mean, it's really just been Torrchi able to find these dash punches, able to find these very important kills, but actually Gringo's able to find one of his own with that Deadeye Giga Blast. It's a real threat on the edge, and SquishyPoro opens up the net.
Oh, but will they be able to find that goal? Torrchi doing a good job kind of locking down the middle of the pitch right now. Kick punch gets the first barrier. Squishy wasn't really able to push it back just yet. Torrchi sitting on this Juno still lets the core get away from them as Luna can't really hold it on the top side either. Kruha under a bit of trouble now. The cavalry will arrive and throw it back to the bot side of the map, but that kind of plays into the Divorced Men's favor. SquishyPoro looks to go forward. Here comes the pressure from the top corner. Lunirs loses the strike core again. Has to be saved by Kruha, and eventually Torrchi's the one who punches it clear.
Yeah, really well played, and a great Magical Maelstrom forces out a elusive. But again, the double midfielder is enough. Kruha just doesn't have enough angles to clear. Just can't find the clear after it hits up to Esper. It's 2-2 in this first set. We're still even. I still can't believe we're even on the first set.
Yeah, but again, like that last point was kind of highlighting what I was saying before. It's keep away from Torrchi. Torrchi looked invisible that last point just because there isn't that much that can be done when the midfield pressure is being put on Kruha. And then a quick KO actually coming from Esper and Squishy does mean we could be seeing a lot of pressure right now. Kruha in trouble. Torrchi's score flip does take it back to the other side. We are going to see a respawn just as the KO happens. So now we get to see the Dubu Hunters play with the man up.
Yeah, the Dubu Hunters need to find a little more off this power play. They do force a core flip out. It's really well played here, but they need to find these advantages when they have the 2v3s because these kills are very important. But if the opposing team gets a kill, they get a lot more pressure going to double midfielder comp, and SquishyPoro again just dash, strike, goal.
Yeah, just right underneath, was able to find that touch. a little bit awkward, but hey, for the Divorced by 7 men, it's the start they were looking for. Kai's going to get that first pick. I like Aerials here, but I'll leave you for this one. Who's going where?
Yeah, Aerials is up pretty good on the Kais, but Quake Strike is the most important thing. Actually taken by Kruha. Tempo Swing is denied by the Juliet. Obviously does not want to have a bigger damage as SquishyPoro goes for more dash range with that Aerials as well as the projection. But most importantly, this Monumentalist gets down to Lunirs. The Magical Maelstrom is going to take up so much space on this map, and if it can find some kills, if it can find some goals by itself, is going to be a very big difference maker in this game.
Can I just bring up how sad that made the double spark build start happen right there? Because there was just better awakenings for both of the forwards from the Dubu Hunters that they kind of omit the spark of speed, and now their spark build is just like never going to take off.
I am surprised Torrchi went the twin drive over the spark of agility. I really don't see the twin drive. I mean, I see the twin drive value, but like, I don't really see twin drive being taken on Luna. I mean, not Luna, on Juliet that often. But it's interesting to see here.
I think it's actually pretty good because, again, the kick is what enables the punch. The kick is what enables everything for Juliet, realistically. So I think it's a good pickup, and it does make sense to me. But, I mean, when you're looking for KOs and the rest of your team is just getting beaten down by a Juno, I don't know what to tell you. 1-0 lead for Divorced by 7 men.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hard position. Torrchi was about to get the kill, but SquishyPoro was literally just winning a 2v1 like it was nothing. But he will be actually taken out by the Deadeye from Kira and the Giga Blast. But Esper, he returns the kill. I mean, it's just insane how well Divorced by 7 men is playing to get these return kills without running a Juliet.
Yeah, that was actually kind of crazy right there, Kruha. I mean, gets the one right out the gate, but it is returned, so I don't know. You sometimes forget how much damage a Kai can actually put out from those back lines, and especially a Kai already with the Deadeye. So, yeah, the one-shot kill potential is going to be there this entire series long, or at least this entire match long. So we'll see how much more that will come into play. SquishyPoro again opening up that goal, but the kick punch on the other side will make it a 1-1 game.
Torrchi, I mean, his timing on these dash punches is insane. He's just been able to get it past, but like that's where you just gotta play. You gotta play to get it to Torrchi, and Torrchi just winning the 1v1 or getting these kills. It's just really on the midfield to not lose the double midfield. But Torrchi, it makes it a little easy when he takes out one like it's nothing.
There's that twin drive. It can be so dangerous, and now it's a disaster actually for Dubu Hunters. They let their top barrier fall. A bit of a misplay. SquishyPoro again, straightforward, a beautiful use of the glob, and all of a sudden both goals are open. This is a pretty pivotal point right now. Squishy can find it over Kruha with the core flip. Well, they're not going to do it this time. I don't know. Both teams, it feels like, kind of needs this goal right now. Glob slows down the attack, but doesn't stop it. It's going to be a big maelstrom down through, yet Krinka survives.
Yeah, just not at the right angle to get a more than anything. But SquishyPoro could not have the flip to get the goal. Kira still has it to defend. I mean, really, just Lunirs is getting hit low. It's really whoever gets this first kill will probably get this goal. It's just really hard as SquishyPoro is just very elusive with that dash. And Lunirs finally gets taken out by the Giga Blast from Igrinos.
Yeah, Esper straight into the face of Kruha, forces out that core flip. Power play, even if they just get the core flip, I would still consider that a win, yet they're going to look for more. Trying to find the passes. Torrchi running intercepts. Lunirs is back. Esper nearly finds the angle. The barrage makes the first save. The dive misses. The barrage keeps the pressure forward, but here comes the maelstrom. No, it went down, not up. Oh, that may have been a mistake. Either way, Krinkos comes back to the top side. Lunirs is able to outrace it. Back and forth. The goalies go. Torrchi kick, punch, count by the core flip. And they're not able to force it through with the Phoenix Strikes. Lunirs now again down low, tries to pass it up. Esper has a core flip. Keep your eye on the red era as they get beat up by Torrchi. Still finds the flip, and there is the goal.
Yeah, really hard for Kruha to save without the barrage there. The core flip from Esper is just enough, and it gets them another goal. Divorced by 7 men is looking for the set and taking us to maybe a game 3. I mean, it's a little early to say, but it's looking like their comp is doing really well on this map. SquishyPoro just has been able to get these goal gates, and Esper has been able to find return kills when you wouldn't expect an era 2.
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting stuff. I love it. Although that core flip into the second barrier, Torrchi one-man machine. Not enough to get that goal just yet. We'll see what they'll be able to do. Back down to that bottom side. Esper will hold the top. Here comes the Maelstrom along that top barrier. Lunirs was able to force it out, but it comes at the expense of the top barrier on the other side. A 2-set advantage on Night Market would be a tough situation for the Dubu Hunters to crawl back from. They need this goal very much so, but SquishyPoro just sitting on the outside has their own core flip available, but had to dodge the Maelstrom. Down to the bot half we go. Good strike from Kruha, keeps it pinned momentarily, but the strike wars are just being won consistently by Divorced7X. Giga Blast creates space, but not enough.
Yeah, really, Dubu Hunters just need to find it through. They just can't have the core control through this through this era. They need to find an angle to get it through the goalie. Core flips are traded. Well timed from Lunirs. Actually gets the clear, but they still need to find a little more. They can't just sit in their net until they win, because they won't win, because Squishy will eventually get it through. As the core is going at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and it just kind of goes into Divorced7X's net.
I guess they can play on their back half the entire time and score. Fair enough. Kind of a surprising goal right there. I think it caught Grinko's left mouse. Bad mouse. Remember, it was a bad mouse. I think that's
bad mouse. Bad mouse.
Bad mouse. It's all good. 2-2 though. Very, very pivotal point. A 2-0 set lead on Night Market. I feel like all but secures a trip to Atlas's lab. That's definitely on the card for Divorced7X. However, the Dubu Hunters can still bring it back. And when you look at the grander scope of everything, again, it's all about getting to that winner's final. It's all about getting to the grand final with that 1-game advantage. That's the award for the winner's bracket. And the Dubu Hunters, they're on the precipice of it now, although their goal is open as well.
Yeah, it's really hard for Kruha to save here with his goal being open, but Torrchi is trying to just win in the midfield, just can't get the strikes though. SquishyPoro, that was very dangerous, won't find the goal, but now Lunirs needs to finally clear. They need to get it past, and he just strikes it in.
Yeah, the Kruha was expecting the shot down low, was already starting to rotate down, and in that moment, SquishyPoro puts it up high instead, takes the second set, and now going into the draft as well. We've already seen one Super Surge, Jono. Why not run it back? Because the KO threat really hasn't been there this second game.
Yeah, why not another Super Surge? As Glass Cannon is also up. Actually, we'll just take the prime time for a little more consistency and a little less damage. That actually make a difference, because there is a damage differential coming out. As Spark of Resilience is denied again. Actually, Esper is making a Spark build of their own, now at 2 Sparks. But yeah, heavy impact is taken by Torrchi. That could make a difference, and a little bit extra damage on the dash punch could really find some more KOs.
I actually like Esper transitioning to the Spark build right now, considering the 2 Sparks that they're able to get. But, you know, my entire point is completely moot of, hey, that extra survivability and speed is exactly what you need against a KO comp. Doesn't matter if you get one shot by Kruha.
And Torrchi just strikes it in like it's nothing. What a start from Dubu Hunters. They may be down 2-0 in sets, but they are looking up in this one as they find a kill. They find the goal quickly after.
Yeah, that was a quick one, but I mean, we're not going to see an instant KO this time, and every time we don't, I'm liking the odds of Divorced7X more and more. That said, first barrier is going to fall on the bot side. Lunirs holding down that middle of the pitch. Torrchi just not getting the impact, in fact, getting more beat up than anything else, as you can see them take it quite low, which you would assume is going to help out this team in red. Torrchi's even been staggered, but they're not a KO comp. They'll just let Torrchi run around scared while they hit the pressure on Kruha instead. The Divorced7X. This is why they're divorced. They ignore the women when they need them right now. They needed Torrchi to get knocked out. Torrchi was able to respond and now is able to shut down that middle of the pitch.
That analogy totally worked out, as Kruha needs to defend here with the gore flip. Gets it for the Torrchi, who does get the goal gate, but now Lunirs needs to get it forward. Needs to get past Esper, but Esper, a great pass to SquishyPoro. But a great kill down Torrchi. This is what they need. A core flip. Won't get it in. Great defense by Greenos, but Torrchi keeps on winning the strike wars. It's well played, but it looks like it's not enough.
I mean, that game of chicken was lost to something that you know how many shots are coming out. You know how long that barrage is going to last. It was actually a rare misplay by Torrchi now. Looking for something on the lower end. The pass down won't come through a second time because of the KO on the top half of the map. Giga Blast keeps Torrchi away. SquishyPoro goes up top, but Esper went through the middle instead of down low, so won't find the shot straight away. Grinko's keeps it on the attacking half for now. Torrchi is back. Esper getting kick punched out. 2 Maelstroms, but a big strike save from Krinkos. Now the pass up. SquishyPoro jumps up to try to intercept. Torrchi loses the strike war, and the glob clears it out to safety temporarily. Kick punch again saved by Squishy, but not enough from the bewitching beam. That's going to be a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Dubu Hunters finally win the war of attrition. Finally, they're able to just get the KOs when it's necessary and finally get the goal. I mean, it's what they need. They're looking a little better here. Torrchi's been able to find a little more kills with that heavy impact, find the KOs a little easier, and really take advantage of these power plays as they get one goal gate and they need to find a second, but Kruha is a little overextended there.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's a Kruha things. I don't worry when Kruha overextends. What I do worry is when Torrchi misses core flip. That was an interesting moment, and that's going to be a lot of attacking pressure lost. I mean, look, this set can still be winnable by this team in red, the Divorced Dads. They can bring it back, the Divorced Man Night. Yeah, you weren't there for that Monday Night Mondays. They're dads again. They're gaining their dad status back, this divorce side. We'll see what they're able to piece together as Esper brings it down low. Watch the throw to Squishy, not able to find it yet.
I guess I missed some lore here, but it looks like the Dubu Hunters wanting to secure this. Esper, the core flip does work as Squishy actually cooks it up there. But now the Dubu Hunters just need a score here. Maelstrom won't find it. Lunirs is actually staggered here, and Kruha just doesn't have the goal save.
Are the dads coming home? They get one goal right there. The Divorced by 7 men. They're going to look to keep pressuring forward. I think, I'm trying to remember what the backstory was with this team name, but I'm pretty sure it was just a case like they were a squad of, like, it was, you know, the players who got dropped from past teams, and they said that they got divorced, and so that's where, like, the name came from, because it was, like, in reference to the players on the teams that kind of dropped them in the past. Either way, I don't know where the dads came in. I think I just mispronounced their name one time and ran with it. But it's going to do one scoreline at the moment. Esper holding down the top side. Giga Blast just kind of messing up Esper right now. Torchi's kick punch finds that lower barrier. Pressure still coming from the Dubu Hunters. If they're going to be able to get that second barrier, it would be nice, but they don't find it yet.
Yeah, and now Lunirs is getting hit low. The Maelstrom won't find much. Has the core flip though, forces up to Torrchi. They get the goal gate. This is looking very good for the Dubu Hunters, and it's a clean combo. Dubu Hunters finally take a set us to a set 4, and this awakening draft is going to be very, very important.
And you know what's scarier than a kick punch combo? Throw a bewitching beam over the top of it. I really don't know how you defend against that without that core flip. I love fight or flight. It might drop to the era, however. We'll see where Kai goes straight for that perfect form. More barrages, more Giga Blasts, more damage on the Juno Chrono Boost. Okay, this could be my ignorance. I'm just going to straight up ask, was fight or flight nerfed?
No, just honestly, they thought it was, everything else was better. I'm surprised that Juliet didn't take it, honestly. Yeah. I mean, fight or flight is not that good on it. I mean, it's not bad on era, but like, I'm surprised it got that far down. But the biggest thing to take away from that draft is that Lunirs did get that chrono boost, getting a little more debuff and buff power, as well as a little more speed on the secondary. As if they're able to use it here, able to buff up Torrchi enough. But Torrchi actually just looks for a dash play and can't find it. I mean, that's a very, very important KO.
I think you can tell how forward brain I am, like forward brain I am, where I just see fight or flight is like, yeah, that's an insta lock. Like that's I insta lock every time. I don't know.
I don't know, it's really good, but
goalie, dude. Dubu goalie and Atlas goalie, they need it as well, okay? Everyone needs it. I don't care.
Yeah, the secondary refresh when they get staggered is going to be very important. But really, the Dubu Hunters just really need to play through Torrchi here. That's what really the Chrono Boost signifies, is they're just going to play through Torrchi, and Torrchi is one of the plays you probably want to play with. All of the EOS players, he is the one who will get you the most value, as you see him cooking here, trying to get a goal. Can't get the KO, but does have the ego, so when he gets this core flip, he's going to be a very big danger point. As a great clear by Kruha. Torrchi now looking for something.
SquishyPoro just missed. That was an open net and a missed opportunity. Very awkward, and they might get punished because the barrage angle is bad. And that's going to be the first goal going to the Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, just play through Torrchi, and he just literally hits a very interesting strike around Greenhouse's strike to really just not let him have an opportunity to save it there. And really just get that goal very early on, and this is what you need. You just play through Torrchi. Torrchi will get you the kills. Torrchi will get you more if you let him cook.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that speed right now, just absolutely going insane. I mean, look, I hear what you're saying, Derision, by the way, in the chat right now, saying that Torrchi's the flip god, and, you know, we'll see what happens. A, not Rixie, and B, we don't encourage core flip abusing behavior, all right? It's supposed to be discouraged at this stage. Lunirs, top corner, it's going in, 2-0 lead for the Dubu Hunters.
I'm a big core flip abuser. You know, we should all abuse core flips. It's the best ability in the game. Bring back energy awakenings. I need 30 core flips per second.
Okay, look, I'm just anti whatever Twitch chat is. That's my thinking right now. That's going to be a good kick punch for Torrchi, putting it through. I'm choosing Derision over temp name, or no, I'm choosing temp name over Derision right now. But that's neither here nor there. Top barrier's about to fall down. Second barrier not falling just yet. There it goes. Now it's going to open it up. And oh, do we see a core flip abusing? I mean, Torrchi's on the cusp of getting it. Again, that ego is coming into play. They all have the speed without it. Now it comes through. Bewitching Beam doesn't score, but the core flip absolutely will. Second set, it was over just as quick as it started, and it's going to the Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, the Dubu Hunters do not want to let this go to a map 3. A great comeback in the last 2 sets. A 3-0 on the set 4, and it is now set 5. But luckily, the Castellas is up, and the era for the side of Divorced by 7 Men is up first, so it has to be denied. But also, extra special and spec is up. 1-2 punch is for the Juliet. Specialized is taken. The Castellas has to be denied, though. I mean, a lot of KO power has just been unlocked. 1-2 punch for the Juliet. Specialized training for the Kai. It's gonna be an interesting game. Let's see who gets kills, who gets killed. And that's really what will decide this set.
I mean, I think we're going to see a KO in the first 10 seconds, like every single point now in this 5th set. And again, if the Dubu Hunters win this one, no game 3, reverse sweep to avoid Atlas's lab. And already a lot of those specials have been used, but not really for much damage. It's just attacking pressure coming from the Divorced side as they're looking to take it through that top. The wall of blue holds off until it's the glob that sneaks it underneath. 1-0 lead for Divorced.
Squishy, Deadeye Hotshot goes way too hard as the Blabo just hits at a Mach 4 and hits it into the net. I mean, really, Dubu Hunters just need to find kills here because SquishyPoro has just been able to find these goal gates, find these goals like it's nothing. But Torrchi, that's what you need. You find the KO, now find the goal gates in the 2v3.
Yeah, but they can't get it past Squishy. They're doing too much work just shutting down that field, and now the Blob army falls. Unfortunately for Squishy, the core went through that top side. Top barrier falls, but now again, Squishy putting the pressure on through the top. Torrchi, low stagger, just getting beaten up by Krinkos, not able to get it. It's going to be the barrage that pins it down. Core flip from Kruha, stepping forward, but Torrchi not ready to collect the pass. Means again, the barrier still stands now. SquishyPoro with the core flip, uses it to set up the blow. What a play for that goal!
Divorced by 7 Men wants to take us to a game 3. They're up 2-0 in this last set, and SquishyPoro is just taking it single-handedly to game 3, finding these amazing plays with these blobs to find the goals, gets 2 goal gates, as the Dubu Hunters need a miracle to be in this game.
I mean, they were down 2 sets. Why not down 2 goals and 2 goal gates as well to bring it back? Lunirs has the core flip. Torrchi has the KO, but SquishyPoro is the big driving force of this team. The one-person army gets it done. Divorced takes us to Atlas's lab.
Squishy, the 3rd time in a row, just hits it. Junior's a little too good with so many power awakenings. The core goes at Mach 4 into the net, and we are going to game 3. We are going to Atlas's lab.
But does that mean Esper gets AI me? Because you can't. Do you ban Squishy's Juno or do you ban Esper's AI me? Now you're in a tough position right now for the Dubu Hunters because you can't let them both through. You got to ban one of them, right? Like you got to get rid of one. I do not favor the decision or the discussion that is happening on this blue side right now.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, Squishy just honestly has been carrying with this Juno. I'd ban the Juno, but Esper's Amy is nothing to be scoffed at. We'll have to see what Dubu Hunters go for in game 3. It's going to be an important match. It's going to be a must-win for both teams. I mean, it is still winner semi, so you do have losers bracket if you do lose this, but you want to get into the grand finals on winner side to have that advantage.
Yeah, and I'm just starting to see right now who the loser would go up against. Loser of G is up against Dead before overtime, so whoever loses this matchup has to go up against Munchlack and Slurp Factory. super well as of late. Like, much like in particular, we saw them on stream before, looking very, very strong. So that's definitely not going to be a gimme match either down there in that lower side. So we will see how it plays out once we do hit Atlas's lab. I mean, I don't know. I don't like banning a Juno. That just feels bad to me, especially in Atlas's lab. I think we're still gonna see another AI me again. Awakenings will help determine it, but my gut still says AI me ban.
Yeah, it sucks to ban Juno, but sometimes a Juno cooks so hard that you just have to ban it. You just have to mentally get it out of your mind and get it out of the match. We'll have to see as we get onto Atlas's lab. It's gonna be a very interesting game. The black hole makes the map stay very interesting, and it looks like they are going to go for the Juno ban.
Wow, that is a huge win for Squishy. That is like, I mean, obviously, again, we're going to get rid of Lunirs' Rune, one of the only players in the region who can play Rune at that scary competitive level. Now, if Lunirs is going to be looking to try to match the Esper AI me, that's an interesting choice as well, because you know that AI me is going to be coming. I don't know where the rest of the team is going. Oh, it's going to be Era. Okay.
Wait, Era. Is he just not picking Aimi, or is this an Era goalie? Or is this it could be Squishy on Era. It could be Squishy on Era. There's no way they don't fault the Aimi. If they don't play out the Aimi, Dubu Hunters just have this pretty cleanly, as they are running his entire Aimi. They damage up again with the help, but yeah, okay. it will be Squishy on the Era.
Yeah, so Squishy on the Era, that makes sense. I mean, again, the double Kai goalies, each of them have been doing quite well. Torrchi mixing it up. We've gone off Julie, we've gone on to Zen. I mean, why not? Both of our sets have gone 5 games, and I do like Zen scaling a little bit more than Julie's as a whole. We'll see how it plays out, though. Going into our deciding game, again, you're right, this is only the semi-finals right now, and we've gone set 5 twice in a row.
Yeah, set 5 twice in a row, and we're on game 3. What more could you ask for? But the only issue on the side of Divorced by 7X comp is their score pressure. Of course, Esper has been insane on the score pressure earlier on in the tournament, but he has to match that, has to continue having that insane amount of outplay potential. And on Kruha, it's pretty hard to get it through.
Yeah, it is. It's always a difficult situation. Gold's going to be opened up right now. Torrchi nearly gets a KO on Squishy, but instead the combo is able to get to that core on the other side. Down comes the turret. It's going to be a swing and a miss. The opposite turret, though, creates the space down through as Squishy actually doesn't do too much. Oh, it was a good pop, but not quite good enough to hit that barrier. Krinkos back into Esper, looking to win the strike ward, jump forward, disrupted by Kruha. Although the glitch pop again gets behind the goalie. It's SquishyPoro who is being bullied, being just thrown about right now. We'll be able to hear it up still in the early days. By the way, opening awakenings, didn't even mention those. Real quick before the goal is inevitably scored, stagger swagger on the entirety of the Divorced side, whereas in specialized training on Kruha as well as on Torrchi. First goal goes to Squishy.
Yeah, very important goal to get the first one. Just a bit of a mental game as core flips were coming up for everyone. There is still a core flip on the Lunirs, but Torrchi and Kruha both used theirs. And there's an energy advantage for the side of Divorced by 7 but it really depends. Oh, that's an insane KO. Gets a KO and resets the energy. Now Esper core flip gets 1 goal gate technically and gets a 2nd goal gate. Divorced by 7 just get the goal.
Yeah, and here's the crazy thing. Everyone's scared of this Esper AI me, but it's been Squishy again this time, you know, rocking it out on the Era herself. So Squishy, it doesn't matter, Juno or Era, stepping up to play here on Strikers Cup Day 2. And this is a fantastic performance from Divorced right now. As that's going to be a KO from Squishy.
Again, Squishy has it where it matters, gets the kill, but Lunirs returns with 1 goal. That was looking like 2 for a second, but it just didn't really go in, and now Squishy is trying to find something as Torrchi respawns. The Firewall Sentry will buy a bit of space, but the Firewall Sentry from Esper is clean. There's too many projections, there's too many abilities. Kronos, he doesn't get the save at the end of the day, but it is still a 2v3.
I don't get why Krinkos is panicking so hard right now, but we're just seeing missed strikes, missed flips, but the forward play, again, a bewitching beam from Squishy, puts it through. Squishy still looking unstoppable right now, just takes that first set 3-0.
Yeah, very, very well played, and it does allow them to go Castlast if they want to on this Era or a Monumentalist, depending on what they're feeling, but also... Yeah, it is CTL, of course. It is really good. Aerials on the Kai provides a little more defensive power from a increased dash speed, as well as a little bit of increased propulsion. I mean, missile propulsion, as this Centaur does actually get reverberation, allowing him to live a little bit more. There's been a lot of damage coming outside from the side of Divorced by 7 Men, so this reverberation will allow him to be a little more present on the field, as Kruha gets a kill with that specialized training, but it's returned instantly by SquishyPoro's Maelstrom, but Lunirs gets 2 goal gates for the price of 1 and gets the goal. Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, again, just too much attacking pressure a bit too quickly right there for the Divorced by 7 Men to handle. I mean, the KO on Esper did a lot of work because he never got to see the return turret. So far in this game, Esper has just been kind of doing a good job in shutting down Lunirs more so than anything else. So the second that Esper was gone, Lunirs able to cook. And now Esper actually nearly gone again, has to drop a Maelstrom for protection, does get themselves to the orb, does heal it, and now we get to see the pressure coming again. It's more from Squishy than it is from Esper. Initially, the barrage will miss, but it might not matter. Pass up the middle. Squishy loses out to the barrage from the Kai, but that turret's going to keep the core in a dangerous position against the Dubu Hunters. Up through the black hole we go. Top barrier falls, and that's going to be a KO with help of the black hole.
Yeah, Dubu Hunters just need to find these KOs to be able to get the advantage. Maybe he'll get the goal gate, though. Granos has been able to save it for the time being, but really, again, these Dubu Hunters just need to keep these KOs coming. They keep finding these, but it's pretty hard as they have triple flip here. If they can use these flips right, they can get an advantage as 1 flip to kill, 1 flip to get the goal core forward. And now the Dubu Hunters are looking for this goal gate.
Yeah, that they are, but they're unable to find it just yet. The Giga Blast not really creating the space they want to see, but the barrage, however, still keeps Torrchi away, and the barrier falls on both sides. As Lunirs looks to jump forward, can't quite make contact. Squishy versus Torrchi. Sees Torchi's miss with the strike. Recovers in time. The Giga Blast gets the KO. Up to the top half we go. Core flip saved by Kratos. Nearly goes the distance back. And now Esper with the core flip might be allowed to cook. They connect. They play patiently, but Torrchi still wins the duel. Once again, Squishy is back, immediately giving the movement speed. Kruha starts to step forward. Has to use that extended strike range in order to make the first save. Esper again looking to cook their way down through the corner. Esper can't get it past Lunirs, but Kratos still keeps it on the forward end. The turret cuts the middle of the field in half. Torrchi doesn't allow the core to hit it as they start to go forward. The empowered strike doesn't quite get the pressure they need. 2v1. Esper to Squishy. Back to Esper, but it's a miss from the big AI player. An unfortunate miss. Still they're holding it, but Lunirs has been able to rotate back. Torrchi on the precipice of getting KO'd on the opposite end. Isn't able to do too much except get the damage right back down and get the evasiveness out of Esper. Through the forward we go. Bewitching beam misses. Doesn't matter. Pressure still in the corner. Glitch pop creates space for Squishy, who crosses it up and eventually gets it in.
Insane strike by Squishy, gets it around to Kruha's barrage and gets the goal. I was looking very tense there with the staggers coming out, but at the end of the day, the Divorced by 7 Men were still able to get the goal, but they need to get a little more. It's still only 1-1 in that set as a goal gate is lost, but really Dubu Hunters needs to keeps on finding these KOs, and Divorced by 7 Men needs to keep on finding these goals. It's hard to score unless you have your Amy cook or you have Barbara cook. But you have to have a great angle to get a goal gate. That's the difference is Torrchi can get it through if he just slams enough abilities, but the opposing side has to have a good angle, has to have a good setup to really get a goal.
Oof, I think they're just so reliant on their specials right now just to create that space, because that's something that both the Maelstrom and the turret is so good at doing, is just saying that, like, you can't enter this area. We can cut off like a third of that point that you won't be able to defend for a little bit, and they need to be able to use those. Unfortunately, in this situation, the Maelstrom does get used a little bit defensively, and that is because they're on the back foot. In fact, that barrier is going to go down. Lunirs is just going to look to kind of redirect it in, so it's going to be a 2-1 lead for the Dubu Hunters.
Yeah, really good comeback from the Dubu Hunters, able to find the angles where it matters and able to honestly keep it up, which is what matters. It's again, just double mid-fielder comp is hard to score, and you just have to get it through. You have to get these goal gates, and you have to punish when you can. And unfortunately, for that point, they're not able to, but they still got a lot more left in them as Dubu Hunters get 2 goal gates, and it's looking a little dangerous for Divorced by 7 Men.
Yeah, the gates have fallen. What can Divorce do to bring it back? I mean, the top barrier will fall. And they open up that second one. The black hole standing. Torrchi was in the danger zone. This time those will strike the core into a good turret. Shuts down half the field. But through that little narrow corner, the strike wars are actually going to be won by the red side. Glitch Pop nearly catches Kruha off balance. They still have the core flip if they need it, and that could be the difference. 2 core flips, in fact, for this blue side. Ready to go, ready to win this set. But you got to get the core to them first in a striking position. Torrchi just not allowed to cook yet. Now they'll get their chance. There's the flip, strike down, and in second set goes to the Dubu Hunters.
Clean by the Dubu Hunters to secure that second set. 1-1 in sets. It's looking like we're going to full 5 sets again.
I mean, these two teams, they like going the distance, and they like good, you know, abilities as well. That extra special. And a Deadeye. It's really unfortunate that Kruha can't get both.
Yeah, it looks like Kruha is going for the Deadeye. He already has the specialized training. So Kruha will just like absolutely murder with it as the Army does take the Super Surge over the extra special. Quick strikes to Grinos as extra special goes to the opposing Army. I mean, Lunirs has Monumentalist and extra special. This Firewall Sentry from Lunirs is going to make a big difference.
Yeah, it definitely is in a position to do a lot of work. And I mean, so far, Esper's AI, I mean, it hasn't had the impact yet, although, I mean, that Maelstrom combo following the lunge forward nearly was enough for the KO, so maybe it's now going to be a little bit more awakening. Glitch Pop won't hit, but it doesn't matter. SquishyPoro a little bit lower, and maybe that one goes through. Bewitching Beam creates space. SquishyPoro shot again is going to be saved by Kruha. Now Esper has a chance. Kruha winning the strike war one more time. There's the Maelstrom, but not enough to punch it in. I don't know. They had their chances right there, but they just couldn't find that kill button. And with Esper letting the core get behind Torrchi, this is going to get very dangerous very quick. Top barrier will fall. Lunirs still works through that top end. Down goes the second barrier. Oh boy, the Dubu Hunters, they may have hunted their way back in. This core flip just gets stuffed. Torrchi's core flip on their own. It doesn't do too much, but they do get the KO and then the goal.
Well played by Torrchi. Just goes for the KO, like avoids the core, will not get punished for his low stagger, finds a kill, and finds the goal at the end. The Dubu Hunters are playing insanely well, and it's honestly that Esper just has not been able to find this value on the era. I mean on their Army, and it's really been SquishyPoro just trying to find the most with their Maelstroms, and it's just not been enough. Pure has been able to have the saves. They find the KOs as well. That Deadeye extra special is a little bit too much to handle. Another KO for the Dubu Hunters as they look to get this goal gate.
Yeah, Squishy was full stagger and just disintegrated in the span of one little bit of crowd control from the Glitch Pop. There was enough commitment for that KO.
Holy.
And now there's the Giga Blast we were talking about before from Kruha fighting another one. It's a 3v1. Krinkos can't do much, and it's a 2-0 lead here in our third set.
Yeah, Lunirs actually just kind of hit that through the barrage. The barrage just kind of didn't exist. Don't worry about it. As the Dubu Hunters do take a 2-0 advantage here. They're looking pretty dominant here, and honestly, they're gonna scale a little harder because I mean, Eric did get CTL. They don't have Chrono Boost yet, but Lunirs just finds the kill. Now SquishyPoro's low as well. It's looking like Dubu Hunters are taking the sets.
Yeah, this is like so dangerous right now, because if you remember how the last set went as well, it was pretty decisive in favor of the Dubu Hunters. The momentum just in their favor. Torrchi core flip ready to go. It's going to start to move forward. The Empower Strike actually used to try to get some damage. That's the second goal gate down. Lunirs has the KO. It was Torrchi who found it, and now with the turret, nope. Not going to be a goal yet. Instead, it's a delicate touch over the top from Kruha. 3-0 again. 3 goals away. Dubu Hunters are from that winner's final.
Kruha just absolutely sniped his opposing guy with a Giga Blast, and now Lunirs can get time there's no timeless, luckily. If there was timeless, Lunirs would be a little bit too good with his awakenings. But still, there is a Chrono Boost that might have to be denied by this Amy. Tempo Swing is also up, which is important for the Zentaro mostly, but it actually will be denied with this Amy. Prime Time will provide a little more defensive pressure. There's Bulk Up Egoist. There's a lot of good awakenings here. Bulk Up will be taken by Krinos, but the Chrono Boost, a good deny, first denying the air, and second getting a dash awakening for the Zentaro, allowing a little bit extra pressure, especially with that twin drive.
Yeah, we'll see how it does all piece together right here. I do like, you know, KO pressure. It's another insta pop. The Giga Blast Kruha at the start is big, but that's a KO on the other side. Esper and Krinkos get one back, and without the goal keep, all of a sudden, this could be very good for the Divorced side. As they're looking to put that pressure on over the top 3, Torrchi Kruha is back, creates so much space with the Giga Blast again. SquishyPoro staggered. There's more kill pressure coming from Kruha right now than there is from Torrchi.
Yeah, Kruha's just been finding so much pressure with that Giga Blast from their own side, having that extra range from the Aerialis. Now Torrchi trying to find the goal gate. It's held down by Esper, but the Giga Blast from Kruha again finds the KO. That's what they're playing for. They're waiting for the Giga to find a kill, force this 2v3, and now the Fireball Sentry is going to get them the Skull Gate, and Lunirs with the core flip, trying to secure the goal. Times it perfectly. There was a little bit of interesting interaction to the top side, but Lunirs gets the goal at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, Krinkos got a KO, so I guess that's something. But no, 2 goals away. The Dubu Hunters are just continuing. It's been 7 unanswered for them right now. A dominant Game 3 performance at this stage as Kruha will just play the patient game again. You can see the damage from 1 Giga Blast has forces SquishyPoro to immediately pop that evasiveness. You have the core flip available on Kruha as well. 1 goal gate is down. Trying to take it through that lower side. SquishyPoro up to Esper. Can't get it past the goalkeeper on the first attempt. Core flip brings it down to the other side. Glitch pop caught by Lunirs, and now just trying to play keep away a little bit. This blue side, they're struggling to get past the middle of the pitch, but at the same token, they haven't lost control.
Yeah, they're just trying to get the damage on SquishyPoro. Won't find the stagger just yet, but they're finding a lot of pressure here. Needs to find the goal gate here. Lunirs can't find it. Kruha just has to defend here. The Oni's blade comes out. Good defensive play, but the center respawns. Kruha with a Giga Blast though, turns it again. Kruha has just been able to find the KOs with this Giga Blast, and now Lunirs cleans it up.
Too many core flips, too much pressure, and it is a back against the wall situation. The Dubu Hunters, they've hit peak Dubu at this stage, or peak Hunter. I don't know which one it is. Are the Dubus hunting, or are they hunting the Dubus? Either way, they're up. Match point. Let's see what they can bring. There was a KO against them, actually, and this could be the opening back for the Divorced side. Goal open. Giga Blast a little bit too early. This isn't able to find the goal. Yeah,
Torrchi, a little bit of a dash moment, dashes really off the map and just kind of dies. It's very fun, this entire interaction. But now the Dubu Hunters are kind of just waiting for the Giga Blast from Kruha to really find a lot of pressure as the core flips come out. Won't find the goal just yet, but Torrchi is now re-aggressing, and it's really just about who can get the goal. But Esper, the hit stun, it's enough.
Yeah, Krinkos deep clear. Esper's hit stun gets it in, and they're not done yet. Flowers for the goal keep. Still have a lot of work to do if they're going to get back in this. Granted, if we get to that 5th set, anything can happen. You just got to kind of reverse sweep this one. The Maelstrom nearly creates the path. Esper's going to try to run it in. Black Hole sets up the top half, so 1 goal gate already down. Torrchi not getting as involved as they would like, looking to play midfield now, gets the core coming their way. Giga Blast disrupts it temporarily. Torrchi now looks to follow it through, but cannot get to the goal gates.
Yeah, but Kruha is forced to core flip here. Now, a ton of core flips come out. Really, a lot of core flips happen, and nothing really goes down as now the defense is coming out. Really, the damage needs to be done. The Dubu Hunters, again, they just need to find a kill. That's their biggest thing is they need to find either both goal gates or they just find a kill to get these goal gates as Lunirs is looking with a core flip and gets both with a clean angle, is looking to close it out, and he just strikes it in.
And that's going to do it as well. The Dubu Hunters do get over the top of Divorced by 7 men. Look, it was a battle. It was a drawn-out brawl, but they're able to cross that finish line. So well done to those Dubu Hunters for Divorced by 7 men. Oh, they're going to be a little, I think, unhappy with how close they got, unable to seal the deal. When I look at those 3rd game stats, though, I just feel like the damage again, the KO comps, the pressure coming from the Dubu Hunter side, throughout the series, it was that little bit too much to handle.
Yeah, Kruha, especially with those Giga Blasts, was able to find it, and it seems like the Juno Band did work out as Dubu Hunters are going to move on to the winners finals to actually face against, let me get this name correct, Esports Gaming Goblins Federation United Club.
I hate it.
Club team. My apologies. Club team.
Yeah. Okay. So Esports Gaming Goblins Federations United Club Team. Is it so?
Yeah.
EGGFUCT. Is that better?
You know, you gotta say the entire thing every single time you cast them. You know, gotta go to the full esports. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not too surprised with that. Rixie, Ahmed, and Mirror Image, that is a scary, scary squad. And you know they were looking for some revenge after what happened last week. So that's crazy to think, though, that LGB Triple Z is already in that lower bracket. But when you have, like, essentially our top 4 teams, I think, any one of the 4 can win it all. 2 of them have to go lower bracket. It is what it is. And what it is right now, I believe, is going to be a bit of a break. When we come back, where are we going? What game? Do we know? Are we doing Team Temp Name versus LBG Triple Z, or are we doing the other side? That's right. There's a winner's final.
Yeah, there's a winner's final to do as well.
I guess that's more interesting than lower bracket losers. I don't
quarters.
We will see the losers final later, of course. Obviously, it's not like we're ignoring the lower bracket entirely, but yeah, we will be going to that winners final, which will, of course, be Dubu Hunters versus esports. I'm just calling them esports, the esports squad. But we're also going to have, I believe, Gamers are going to come in, and they're going to couch cast that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So expect a lot of memes, expect a lot of insults and trolling and the likes. But we will be back, obviously, later as well for some of our later matches. The point is, stick around. More games are going to be played. This is Strikers Cup.